Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play I Feel Fine by the Beatles, the entire thing. We're going to do the solo, we're going to do George Harrison's riffs, and then we'll talk about the rhythm chords that John Lennon is playing underneath all that. Alright, so let's start with that main riff, which happens throughout most of the track. It's going to start here around this D major bar chord at the 10th fret. Full bar at the 10, 11th fret on the G, 12th fret on the A and the D strings. So we have that, and the first half of it's going to sound like this. So basically I'm hitting the low E string, so we're going to play the low E string and then the A and the D together, then hit those together again, and then you're going to change the melody note to hit the D string here on the 10th fret. So we have this. Then come down to the low E string and hit that note again. Then up to the high E, the G string, we're going to put the pinky at the 12th fret, and you're going to hit the two middle strings together. Then pick up that pinky and hit the two middle strings again, and then hit the A string. So we have this. One more time. Then over to the 14th fret with your pinky. It's kind of a stretch. Put just pick the D string there, and then back to the G string, and then back to that 14th fret, and slide it down. Basically the same chord. We're going to do the same riff at the 8th fret. So all together. So sometimes he'll, to end the riff, he'll go do the D string to the G string twice. Or sometimes he'll just go end on that D string. Alright, so that is the riff, and it happens at the 10th fret, the 8th fret, and the 3rd fret throughout the song. Now, the chords that are going on underneath that John Lennon is playing is the G7 chord. This is during the verse here where he's just going to be hanging out. George Harrison is going to be doing that riff that we just learned at the 3rd fret the entire time. So he does it a couple times there while John Lennon is playing this G7, which is a full bar at the 3rd fret, 5th fret on the A, 4th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B. Then up to the 10th fret here. So John Lennon is playing that while George Harrison does a. So he does that chord, that riff over that chord shape. Then they both together go from 10, 9, 8 without doing any kind of a riff. Then back down to the 3rd fret where John Lennon starts playing the G7 and George Harrison starts playing the riff. So we have this. All right, and now we have the chorus, which sounds like this. Alright, then it just goes back to the riff. So the chorus is a G major chord, basically the same chord we did at the 10th fret, at the 3rd, to a B minor. To get the B minor from the G, we're just going to basically move everything over one string or just down one string and then back one fret. To the C major. And you're going to slide the C major up 2 frets and then put your pinky down at the 5th fret on the G string, and that'll give you a D7 chord. So we have this. All right, now start over with a G to the B minor. This time I'm going to go to an A minor chord though, which is just basically that same chord shape we've been playing, but at the 5th fret, and then pick up your 2nd finger. And you're going to end it with that D7. So the second half of the chorus there. Like I said, then it gets back to the verse. Or chorus really is kind of just one and the same. All right, the only other part we have to talk about here is the solo, which is pretty simple. I'll play it for you real quick. All right, so second half is a riff we already know. So we're just gonna do the first half here. We're gonna slide into the 7th fret on the G, then pick the 6th fret on the B. So we have this. Then the same thing, but 2 frets higher. Back to the first 2. Then we're gonna slide down to the 5th fret, then pick the 3rd fret on the G, and then play the 5th fret on the D. So we have. All right, so that's about it for I Feel Fine. It's got a really cool riff that's a little bit difficult to play with the stretch. And you know, solo just complements it well. It's a pretty cool piece to learn. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. The Beatles are always awesome to do, and I love doing them. And I hope to do a lot more soon for GuitarLessons365.com. Bye-bye.